If you feel like you're always on edge, you're having trouble sleeping, and you're just super nervous and anxious all the time, catnip might be the herb for you. Now, we hear catnip and we think about our furry little cat friends, but I guarantee you that catnip is an amazing herb for humans as well. Let's get into it. So this is the beginning of a new series I'm calling 10 Minutes of Herbs. Now in this series, we are going to break down 1 or 2 herbs every single week, and we're gonna dive into everything about this herb. We're gonna be breaking down the uses, the contraindications, AKA who should take it, who shouldn't take it, and all of the nitty-gritty details about the makeup of the herb so that you can learn herbalism alongside me. The herb that we are starting this series with is catnip. The scientific name for catnip is Medica cataria. Catnip is one of my go-to allies because I have been growing catnip in my backyard for many years. It's so easy for anybody to grow. I highly recommend everyone start their herb garden with something in the mint family, whether it's lemon balm, catnip, nettle. These are all herbs that are in the mint family. So let's get into a few herbal actions of catnip. Catnip, number 1 herbal action is it's a nervine, meaning that it is calming and soothing to the nervous system. So if you're stressed out, you have anxiety, if you have tension in your body relating to stress or nervousness, catnip comes in and really helps to soothe. So what's amazing about catnip is that it's really gentle. So you can use it, your kids can use it, your grandmother could use it, everybody in the whole family can use catnip. It is calming, gentle support for the nervous system. It's great for children that have ADHD or ADD. They would just use a different dosage than us, but I highly recommend introducing catnip to your overactive kids. Sometimes they just need a little herbal support like us. So another herbal action of catnip is it is an antispasmodic, meaning it helps to relieve any muscle cramping or muscle tension in the body. A lot of us don't really realize that we hold tension in our jaw. You might be holding tension in your shoulders, maybe your stomach. Catnip is amazing for helping to melt all of that tension away. The antispasmodic actions of catnip is also great for women when we are on our menstruation cycle. It's really important for us to find relief in other ways than Tylenol. So if you have a lot of cramps throughout your cycle, some gentle support is catnip. It's also really great for digestive upsets. So that's where the carminative herbal actions of catnip really comes in. So the herbal action of a carminative, it really helps to relieve bloating, gas, any digestive system upsets. If you have IBS or upset stomach around your cycle or any digestive system upset that tends to cause a lot of irritation, catnip is amazing for you. Another herbal action of catnip is it's a diaphoretic, which simply means that it helps us to sweat a little extra. If you have any fevers, any colds and flus, you really want to sweat all of that out of your pores. And so catnip helps you to promote that extra sweating. It helps to really level and bring you back down to equilibrium. Another herbal action of catnip, alongside with the nervine herbal action, it is a sedative. So the difference between nervine and sedative is very slight, but a sedative is more related to sleep. If you have anxiety before bed that keeps you up all night, insomnia, catnip is amazing. I literally drink catnip tea at night and I'm out like a light. It is great for sleep. And another notable herbal action of catnip is that it is an emmenagogue. So an emmenagogue is an herb that helps to stimulate action in the uterus. So if you have any delayed periods, you haven't had your period in some time, or maybe you have really, really light periods and you need a little extra push, catnip in high doses is really great for bringing on your cycle. Catnip is contraindicated, meaning pregnant women cannot take catnip because it is an emmenagogue, and so it does stimulate the uterus. A lot of people say that pregnant women shouldn't take herbs at all, but we really want to break down the herbal actions. Any herbs that have an emmenagogue action really should be avoided for pregnant women. Now, it's important to note that if you are a breastfeeding mother, you can drink catnip tea. And if you do have a fussy baby, a baby that has digestive upsets, who cries a lot, you can just give your baby really, really diluted catnip tea. I would recommend getting like 1/4 cup of tea and then diluting the rest with water, and you can give that to your fussy kids. And one more worth noting use of catnip is that it's really great for any topical wounds. So if you're out in the wild and you happen to stumble upon catnip and you have a bug bite or an open wound, the tannins in catnip are really great for helping to close any wounds and stop bleeding. So let's get into the herbal energetics of catnip. So catnip has a very cooling profile, meaning that it helps to relieve any pent-up heat in the body. So that's inflammation, digestive upset, fever. You can look at catnip as a very cooling herb, whereas we would look at ginger as a very warming and heating herb. Catnip has a cooling sensation in the body, and so it's really great to drink a catnip lemonade in the summer because it'll keep you cool mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Catnip also leans to the more drying side, so that means it's really good for conditions like bloating, gas, any loose bowel. Catnip has a drying effect on, so it really helps to balance out any excessive wetness, excessive mucus buildup in the body as well. So let's get into the contraindications. Catnip is contraindicated for those who are pregnant. Now, me as an herbalist, I would say that you would really need to drink catnip in high doses for it to affect an existing pregnancy. I would say just keep it really minimal. You know, catnip is great, it's very relaxing, but there are other herbs that don't have an emmenagogue effect on the body that are equally relaxing to the nervous system. So if you can avoid it, I would avoid it because of that emmenagogue action. And naturally, because it is a sedative, it is contraindicated to drink catnip and drive. Again, you would really need to drink catnip in very high doses to fall asleep at the wheel, but it is something worth mentioning. Other than those two, catnip doesn't have any major contraindications or drug interactions known to us, but I still would do your own research just to be on the safe side with everything that you hear from me and from other herbalists online. And now for the exciting part, how are we gonna use catnip? So catnip can be used in a wide variety of ways. You can drink it as a tea, you can have it as an infusion, you can even take it as a tincture. One of my favorite ways to drink catnip myself is to work alongside with other nervines. So we're talking catnip, skullcap, lemon balm, passion flower. Those 4 are constantly in my rotation. This is a vital part of tea making a lot of people miss, and this is mostly for when you're drinking your tea fresh. You really want to crush your herb to break down that cell wall to really be able to penetrate that plant. Crushing your herbs, your fresh herbs before drinking it in a tea is vital. If I'm drinking catnip by itself, I really want to get every single last drop of the potency, so I will have it as an overnight infusion. The way that you make an overnight infusion is very, very simple, and so all you'll have to do is put your herbs in a jar, cover it with warm water, and allow it to sit on your countertop for at least 6 to 8 hours. And that's generally how you make an overnight infusion. From that point, you can strain, drink it by itself, or if you're trying to make like a nice summery concoction, I recommend you blend up some watermelon, use your catnip as the liquid to thin it out a little bit, and add some fresh mint or lemon balm from the garden. It's amazing. Another way to prepare your catnip is to create a tincture with it. If you're making a catnip tincture, I definitely would say make it with fresh medicine if you can. Tinctures are always just better if they're made with fresh herbs, which is why every herbalist would love to grow every single herb that we have. But if you can't grow your own herbs, definitely source from well-respected farms that grow their herbs fresh. A great tincture that you can make for overall nervous system support with catnip as the base. You can do milky oat tops and skullcap. I feel like those 3 in one tincture for overall nervous system support is amazing. Because catnip is great for relieving any wounds or bug bites, you can make catnip into an infused oil. Allow it to infuse for at least 2 months and play. You can have fun with it. Maybe you just want to leave it as an oil, or you can make a salve, or you can make a body butter, or like there's like really endless uses for oils. Another way to use your catnip is to make a bath soak. You can make a bath scrub, a body scrub. However, it's really great for relaxing you. As we know, skin is your largest organ, so whatever touches your skin immediately enters your bloodstream. So you can still get a lot of the nervous system support through a bath soak. So you can combine any of the herbs that I mentioned before with some really good smelling herbs like lavender, something calming and relaxing. You can also do orange peel, maybe for more of an invigorating bath soak. And then you could just put it in a little pouch and put it in the bath. It's also great if you're giving your baby a bath. You can pretty much like brew a tea in your bathtub for your kids, which is amazing. And with that, I just want to tie this video off by saying I recommend using catnip for a minimum of 3 months in order to see some type of effect on your nervous system. A lot of us are working through a lot of trauma and things that we've swept under the rugs for many years. And so we are having a hard time sometimes moving out of the sympathetic into the parasympathetic nervous system. Catnip is one of those herbs that helps you really get into the rest and digest state. So as you work with it more frequently, you'll notice that you're breathing a little bit deeper, that you're able to handle conflict a little bit better. Catnip is one of those herbal allies that I highly recommend everyone start to incorporate into their herbal rotation, just because it helps you approach life with a way more balanced and calm emotional state, which I think if you look around this world, we can all use a little extra breath. With that, I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. If catnip has been an herb that has been supportive for you, shoot it down below and let me know what herbs I should do next in this series. If this was helpful, give it a thumbs up. I've never asked you to do that before, but today's the day. I'm grateful that so many of you are here. I have almost 20,000 of you guys, which is so fast. I'm really, really grateful. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be building this community with you guys. So until next video, thanks for watching.